What is good, y'all? It's your girl, Queen B, coming to y'all. Yet another reaction. I was just strolling, and this just hit my timeline, y'all. Judge rules lawmakers can subpoena DA Fani Willis. Fox 5 News. My side of town, y'all. Fulton. The audacity to go after President Trump. I'm telling you, y'all sow them bad seeds. They got to come on up. Got to be more careful. Look at this. Y'all, we finna get into it. Let's go.
A judge rules Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis can be subpoenaed by the state Senate. This comes as they continue to investigate possible misconduct during her prosecution of President-elect Donald Trump. Fox 5's Eric Perry is at the live desk on the story. Eric, what is the latest on this development?
Yeah, Christine, this comes just weeks after a state appeals court removed Willis from the Georgia election interference case against President-elect Trump. Now, DA Willis has until January 13th to submit arguments before a final order is ruled.
Wow.
Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is back in the spotlight after Superior Court Judge Shakira Ingram ruled she can face a subpoena by the Georgia State Senate. The Republican-led Senate committee is looking into whether she engaged in misconduct during her prosecution of President-elect Donald Trump.
They are the head of all prosecutions in their county. So therefore, no one should be able to question them, right? Well, the Georgia Senate disagrees with that.
Trial attorney and political analyst Joshua Schiffer breaks down the decision. According to the ruling, Willis has until January 13th to submit arguments over whether the subpoenas require her to provide confidential information.
Look at the bags under her eyes,
issue
boy.
a final order saying what Willis has to respond to.
Prosecutors are used to strong independence and the exclusive duties and privileges of their position.
Former Georgia Governor Roy Barnes represents Willis in the case and says they want the ruling overturned and they plan to appeal. This also comes after a 2-1 ruling by the State of Appeals Court earlier this month, removing Willis from the Georgia election interference case against President-elect Trump, citing, quote, an appearance of impropriety. Willis's office is asking the Georgia Supreme Court to review that decision. This fight going back months. The Senate committee hoped to question Willis back in September, but she skipped that meeting. The committee turned to Judge Ingram in October, asking for Willis to comply with the subpoenas. Schiffer says don't expect anything major to happen soon.
What this really does is moves the ball forward to an eventual date where Fani Willis will either have to show up and testify and bring some information.
Yeah, we know there's a lot to keep track of here, and here's something else to keep in mind. The current Georgia legislative term ends when new lawmakers are sworn in for their new term. Republican State Senator Greg Dolezal of Cumming says he plans to file to reestablish this committee at the beginning of the 2025 legislative session. We've reached out to the district attorney's office. We're waiting to hear back. But again, just something else adding on for her office there. At the live desk, I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
Eric.
Well. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric, for giving us that update. You see what the heck done happened. You should have set your happy tail down somewhere. If y'all don't think these folks ain't finna come after y'all coming after them, you got another thing coming. Mess around and find out. Y'all see them bags underneath her eyes? She looks tired. She looks really tired. She look like she going through something. You should have thought second about what you was doing. Look at this bimbo right here. Okay, we on to the next bimbo number 2. That was kind of story. Let's get into it, y'all.
Welcome back. The Democrats selecting a member of the so-called old guard to serve as its top lawmaker on the House Oversight Committee. 74-year-old Jerry Connolly of Virginia will be the counterpart to Chairman James Comer, despite some fierce lobbying from 35-year-old Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Critics say the move shows the party just hasn't learned from its mistakes from its November losses. This as the party picks who will run its national committee in just a few weeks. Democratic strategist Julian Epstein inherited Heritage Strategic Communications Vice President Mary Vogt are both here to weigh in. Thank you guys both for joining us. I want to start with this selection of Jerry Connolly. One of the critics of that choice was Jen Psaki on MSNBC. Here's what she had to say about that.
This is one of the few committees in Congress that actually generates national attention or media coverage. While I have deep, deep respect for Speaker Pelosi, she's been on this show many times. She's fierce and nothing against Congressman Connolly at all. This felt like an obvious chance to apply some of the lessons we should have learned from the November election.
Julian, is she right?
You don't think?
No, I think she's wrong. And I used to be the staff director of that committee. Look, I know Jerry Connolly. I think he's competent. He is old. I think that you can make a case all you want for a younger candidate. I don't think AOC is that candidate. When you heard her just go up against somebody like Tom Homan on immigration, Bill, you should be familiar with that exchange. She was not able to hold her own when she was on a show called Firing Line, and she was asked simple questions about the conflict in Israel and Gaza with the terrorists. She didn't seem to have any of the basic facts. I was staff director of that committee for a number of years ago. And in order to be able to run that committee on behalf of the Democrats, you have to be very, very rigorous on the facts. I have not seen AOC display that kind of rigor that's needed. So is there another candidate that could run against Jerry Connolly? Perhaps. But I think these are the wrong questions that Democrats are answering. Democrats have more fundamental cultural questions that they need to be able to deal with if they want to climb back into relevancy.
Mary, what do you think about Connolly being the one to be selected to go up against James Comer? These hearings get a lot of public attention. They're on TV all the time.
I think Julian's right. It's because AOC represents the far left wing of the Democrat Party. She's basically the mold of Bernie Sanders. And so Jen Psaki is wrong in the sense that if they actually want to hear what the voters said on November 5th, they need to be getting behind moderate Democrats, people that are more willing to work with Republicans, that want to fight on fiscal responsibility, that want to do more to make this town work. And AOC is of the wing of the left-wing party. The DEI woke agenda isn't going to last. And so Jen Psaki is wrong in saying that she should be the one that has it instead.
And Democrats will be selecting their DNC chair in a few weeks. Marianne Williamson is throwing her hat in the ring. Here's what she said here on Fox yesterday. Take a listen.
So what I have seen from people so far who are running for the DNC chair has to do with external fixes, has to do with data analysis, has to do with fundraising, has to do with field organizing, has to do with the 50-state strategy. What I want to address is the psychological and emotional factors that not only have to do with repairing our own relationship with the people whose votes we need, but also with countering the extraordinary adrenaline rush, collective adrenaline rush that Donald Trump has created.
So, Julian, in your opinion, what's she kind of saying there? She's essentially saying that Democrats have to find somewhat of their own MAGA movement to breathe some life into the party and change directions here?
I hear it, and I hear a lot of psychobabble, woo-wooism. I don't think it's a correct diagnosis of the problem, and I think that even the discussion about the DNC chair is the wrong answer, is the wrong question. What Democrats have to do is they have to decouple themselves from the groups, the hard left groups that have driven them to unpopular positions on everything from the economy, immigration, critical race, critical gender. They have hijacked the party, and the party has taken positions that are deeply, deeply unpopular in the public. The second thing they have to do is they have to stop the demonization. It's all been ad hominem attacks for the last 9 years against Trump. It hasn't worked. It's been a failure. What the Democrats have to do now is if they want to compete with the Republicans is they have to learn how to build. They have to learn how to build things like a secure border. They have to deal with working class issues,
have to build
vocational
trust
education,
all over again,
automation, which is coming. You know, the Chinese are going to have 45 to 50% of manufacturing by 2030. What's the Democrats' answer on any of these things? These are fundamental issues that the Democrats have to address with the working class. That just all this talk, this psychobabble, is sort of skirting the main issue.
Yeah.
Psychobabble, that's the word of the day. Mary, we got to run, but give you 20 seconds for a quick response to what Julian just said.
If the Democrats are smart, they would honestly work on building up the Blue Dog Democrat caucus. It's about 10 Democrats in the House that are focused on fiscal responsibility in a town that's soon going to be run by Republicans. It'll give them leverage to be able to negotiate on fiscal conservative policies, which the American people want.
Mary Vogt, Julian Epstein, thank you both for joining us today. Hope you guys had a great Christmas, and we will catch you guys in the new year. Talk soon.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for that.
Thanks, Bill.
Click here to subscribe to the.
All right, y'all. So let's get into it. They got too much. They got a whole lot of stuff they got to clean up. The mess they got so much stuff going on. They need to sit back. I don't even know what to tell them to do at this point. I know one thing's for sure. They definitely gonna have to work on some trust because, baby, as you can see with that map was almost full red. They got a lot of mess they got to clean up. They got to revamp. They got to go back to the drawing board. It's a lot of stuff, and then they still doing some fuckery stuff. They still doing, y'all. They still making a mess in a big mess they done already created and made. Like, how can you seriously come back and then y'all still picking these joke bimbos to run for certain stuff? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Y'all, count down till your boy Trump takes office. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited. I hope y'all excited. We did what we need to do. And it's our time to shine, baby. It's our time to shine. So drop in the comment section. What are y'all thoughts about this? It's just a big mess. It's a big mess. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just going to watch for these next few days. Like, for real. Because it's crazy. It's mad crazy. But appreciate y'all for tuning in, kicking it with your girl. Y'all, let's talk in the comment section. Till the next reaction, y'all be safe out there.